Hello YouTube. So you've decided to go to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. You've swirled bourbon in your glass for long enough and you figured you might as well go see where it's made. In this video we're going to go through some tips and tricks, the best way to see as much as you can, and really I like to hunt bottles. So in this I'll give you some of my tips and tricks on where to get the best bottles. This is start of 2024, so things can change, but this is what I've learned so far. Hope you enjoy. So first off, where and what is the Bourbon Trail? So the Bourbon Trail is a group of distilleries that produce the majority of the bourbon in the United States of America, which is all the bourbon in the world. It is located around Louisville, Kentucky. I'll place a link in the description to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail website. They'll have maps and they show 37 different distilleries. One glaring omission is Buffalo Trace, which is not part of the Bourbon Trail technically. They didn't pay their dues, but one that'll be on my list. So I'm going to break it down into 3 different areas, and you can probably pick 2 of these 3 to see. There's Bardstown, there's Louisville downtown, and then there's the Frankfort, Lawrenceburg area. There are other places, Maker's Mark and everything in between, but you're probably only going to be able to see 2 of these 3 places in one 24-hour day. Next, you need to decide where you're going to line up in the morning to try and acquire a really nice bottle, and this will define where you start your journey. I would not go to Buffalo Trace. I would either go to Heaven Hill in Bardstown or Michters in Louisville. Heaven Hill have been dropping Old Fitz, William Heaven Hill very consistently, and Michters, they'll be dropping their 10-year bourbon and rye and all sorts of stuff in the morning, which is far better than any Blanton's or, E.H. Taylor small batch. Now, this is all subject to change. This is, March 2024, so, take that with a grain of salt and maybe do a bit of research before you go. Facebook is a fairly good one. I'll put links down below to the Facebook groups that I use to see what is dropping at the distilleries. So one thing to keep in mind is the distances between these areas. You want to allow about an hour to get from one to the other. Any less than that, you're risking traffic, and this comes into play if you've booked any tours, right? That's another hard stop. You've got the hard stop of the opening, which you'll want to get there 60 minutes before for Heaven Hill and Mitch's as well, and then any tours that you're able to pick up and pre-book. So the rest of the video, I'll show you what we actually did. It was a nice early start from Knoxville, so we could get to Heaven Hill and Bardstown by 8:30 for their 9:30 open. Hey, so it's 4:30 in the morning. We're doing a day trip to the Bourbon Trail, so go pick up Drinnen and head on into Heaven Hill, get in line, see what we can get there, and then Buffalo Trace tour and 4 roses and probably wild turkey today. So let's see how much luck we have and what happens. Fuck, it's early. This was the line at Heaven Hill at 8:30 when we showed up for a 9:30 open. Probably about 10 people in front of us. This was on a Wednesday, a lot more people on a weekend, and you might want to get there maybe even a little bit before that on a weekend, and especially if they're doing anything special or there's any word that they might be. Drinnen! So what was I lucky enough to get here? Well, another William Heaven Hill bottle. Damn. So that was an awesome score and I couldn't have asked for any better. Next stop was Jim Beam. This was a rush, man. We were in and out. Drinnen ran in, grabbed what he wanted, told me about a bottle. I turned around, ran back, got my bottle. Then we hit traffic, which always happens, and we almost missed our tour at Buffalo Trace. Well, we did. We were 10 minutes late, but they got us on anyway. So we started out in Bardstown. We stopped at Jim Beam for a hot second, which takes us almost to Louisville on that ring road, and then off to Frankfort. And that was about all the time we had for 11:30 tour at Buffalo Trace. Now, even though I said I wouldn't line up in the morning because there's hundreds of people trying to get a Blanton's or a special reserve, Buffalo Trace is definitely a distillery to go see. It is not technically on the Bourbon Trail, so it's not on the maps. Now, here I would recommend going during the week so you can actually watch it in operation. Like, to see these barrels being dumped was amazing. Like, I've been there a few times on the weekend and there's not really much action going on, so yeah, this was super cool. Definitely a place to see, and definitely a place you're going to have to book in advance. Sometimes you can just walk in and get a tour. A lot of the times you can, but this might be something where you have a hard time that you have to get there.
You can see there's a power drill hanging right there. That power drill is a fancy corkscrew. They'll drill into these bonds.
So, a pretty successful trip so far. Got a William Heaven Hill 17 from Heaven Hill this morning. Picked up a little book, Curious Intentions, at Jim Beam. That made us late, so we were super late for our tour. But we made it to the Buffalo Trace tour, and then the guy gave us a ticket to get a small batch. Got a fucking sweet mellow corn. I think I'm going to pour us a couple of 23 birthday bourbons and have a little birthday toast in the parking lot of Buffalo Trace, which is probably frowned upon, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna have a birthday cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Successful tour so far.
Yeah, heck yeah.
23 birthday bourbon for the birthday. It's not bad. Better than the garbage we were drinking on their fucking Buffalo Trace Weller Special Reserve. Fucking small batch is okay. It's no fucking birthday bourbon. But
Yeah.
Fucking carry on to fucking the next one. 4 Roses. Now we'll go Wild Turkey, 4 Roses, maybe Woodford if you want to do that. It's closest, but they never really have anything. Eh?
We don't have anything else to do, right?
True. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right on.
Cheers.
So Woodford was closed, and that was no good. And Wild Turkey did not have anything. Wild Turkey's a little bit very hit and miss. Mostly they just have stuff that you can get at a liquor store. I have had Russell's 13 once, and they do drop stuff periodically, but once again, check on the websites. So this tour wasn't planned. We just walked right in, and we were able to get on a tour within 30 minutes. So you can do that in a lot of places. You just can't count on it. And this 4 Roses tour was very interesting. I'll make some full-length videos about the tours we did, but basically this was the last tour. After we left this, we went via a liquor barn in Dannevirke. I believe that's how you say it. And I better check. 1 second. Danville. It's a Danville liquor barn. Get some pretty cheap pours in there as well. They had some stuff, but by then we were a bit broke, so we just carried on home. One great day.